Okay, galaxy brain moment. I sat down and tried to grab for my controller, which is not not the correct thing to be using right now. I'm wondering if I should just start filtering out shields, because I'm never going to use them. At least not with this character. I'm kind of committed to the whole two-handed sword thing. Oh, man. So. Oh, whoa. Oh, jeez. I was not paying attention. Shit. Anyway. Oh, that is embarrassing. Guess I had to die eventually, but... So... show I really like, last podcast on the left, I just got a notification today that they're doing, or, well, they've done. I mean, they've recorded it, but now in my podcast feed, basically waiting for tomorrow morning when I go on my walk, they did an episode on Mike Warnke. And this motherfucker, Mike Warnke is this guy who, lived a relatively normal life. Holy shit! Wow, that water is really bad for you. Okay. Oh, jeez, and of course I died right in it. Okay, I need to pay a little more attention to my surroundings because, Jesus. So this guy, if you remember kind of the satanic panic in the 80s, and all the claims about satanic ritual abuse as though it were a real thing. And some of that nonsense is bleeding over into current times, which is just fucking great, I can tell you. But where this guy got weird for me was, not only did he make a bunch of absolutely ludicrous claims about, a bunch of Satanists running around murdering children, possibly raping them. And this fed the really weird SRA cases of the 80s. I mean, it was not only was it complete nonsense, but he had a stand-up act. And it wasn't a very good one. But it was certainly memorable. He would go from cribbing some of George Carlin's material on language. And I can't even be sure if these observations were unique to Carlin, but that's where I remember them from. He starts off with whole, why do we drive on parkways and park on driveways? And if you're not cringing at that thought alone, I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, that was a lot of his humor, but he would transition from that to describing these brutal murders of children, and this is supposed to be happening in his stand-up act, and it's like, oh, this is why we gotta get back to Christ. I'm like, dude, you're talking about things that aren't even real. You just made this shit up. It's like he was talking about, like, traveling cross-country and all this other stuff in, like, the 60s or maybe the 70s. And people were like, no, he didn't do any of that. He was there for every class and so on and so on. It's like, no, he couldn't have done that. I was his girlfriend at the time. Just like every claim he made was just beyond wrong and into outright stupid. So yeah, I just saw that last podcast on the left has put out an episode about it. I'm totally excited to hear that tomorrow morning. Now maybe I'll even listen to it on my walk tonight. I haven't decided, but um, I'm just fascinated by some of these absolute kooks. Because it's like these stupid conspiracies never go away. They just kind of like... It's kind of like that thing in Katamari Damacy, you know, the big ball you roll around and things just keep sticking to it. And that's what conspiracy theories are like. They're like a Katamari. I think that's what the thing is actually called. They just kind of like... They roll around and they pick up other conspiracies. It's really weird to see it happen. Like when you start getting into any of that, when you start examining any of that QAnon stuff, whoops, you see parts of old conspiracy theories coming back. Like they're basically they're basically redoing much of the satanic panic stuff with basements and buildings that don't have basements. You know, these just outlandish stories about pedophile rings, and it's like, you know, there probably is some pretty awful stuff happening, but you're not going to stop it if you're going on about things that aren't happening. But then you start getting some of that old Federal Reserve stuff, or the sovereign citizen nonsense out of the 70s, and it's just this huge, sticky ball of nonsense, and the nonsense never stops. I don't know. I think it's fascinating. You know, and here it is, October 1st, and I'm not doing anything particularly spooky, which I probably should be, but... Like, I sort of want to reinstall Resident Evil 2 on my PS4, just because I really liked that game. Like, 2 and 4 are probably my favorites so far, but I do have a soft spot for 7. And I do have 6, which is the only one I haven't played for any length of time. And it's apparently terrible, which unfortunately makes me want to play it more. I mean, my understanding is it's terrible as a Resident Evil game. And it winds up not being very cohesive, because they basically made 4 10-hour games, which is not... It's just not a good design. But, I don't know. I love bad movies, and I'm not... You know, I'm not necessarily a bad game guy. That's something that literally everybody else on the internet's already done, and better than I have. Like, I wouldn't try to imitate the angry video game nerd, because while I am all these things, I mean, I couldn't even reach his production level. The dude actually went to film school, so far as I can tell, and knows how to... Oh, Jesus. What is wrong with me? It's like I have a health bar. I should probably look at it once in a while. But like I can't get on that level. I don't have nearly the knowledge or experience. I mean, I'll be happy if I can survive using a video editor for any length of time. So, for another one of those fine examples of how my brain, quote-unquote, works. So I'm seeing this transit thing, and it's underground, and of course I immediately think of, like, London Underground. And that's not really all that useful, but it then takes my brain to a fish called Wanda. Because there's a character in it who is... not all that bright, but he thinks he is. And he's like... He's strangely prophetic of the weird fucking internet guy. Okay, so it looks like my weapon is probably damaged. I don't know if there's anything I can do about that. Let's head to town. So this character, Otto, is, like, wrong about everything and very adamant about it. And he would fit in very well on basically any modern Twitter thread or forum post or whatever, what have you. Okay, so there's a blacksmith in here, and oh, that is literally him. Oh. Okay, so if this has a stat about damage, I don't see it. Or I should say durability or anything. So I guess maybe that's just a thing I saw that wasn't there. Oh, right, I can't sell equipment to him. Okay. And then... Okay, so I'm still actually looking for the Warden's laboratory. Good God. Okay, back in the portal. Okay. So, what's unexplored? A bunch of stuff. Let's go. Ooh, new boots. Sweet. So I don't know if this is coming through in the audio, but my inconsiderate fuckhead neighbors upstairs are blaring something that has a lot of bass to it. So I'm hearing it from the ceiling right above me. And it's like, well, the only good thing about that is that it means I'm not hearing all the fucking yelling and screaming in the hallway. Like, man, I think I heard a fight out there the other day, and I'm just getting to the point where I almost just want to call the police and let them deal with these people, because this is getting fucking ridiculous out here. Like, they just leave the door propped open 24/7. So if they're sitting out front smoking, not only do I smell it constantly, I also hear all the shit they're playing on their phone, and it's always while I'm trying to work. Which is something I can only assume that these clowns never do. Die already. There we go. Oh, a door I can't pass, apparently. Maybe if I could turn into a mouse. Oh, wait, wrong game. So yeah, depending on how tomorrow goes, I don't know if... Sorry. I don't know if Persona 5 will be happening or not. Because, you know, if I have company over, I'm always going to put the real world ahead of, you know, streaming. Which reminds me, I haven't seen a friend of mine stream in almost 2 weeks, and honestly, I miss her. I should shoot her a line. I'm trying to decide if I should do a Doom stream in the morning. I kind of just want to sit down and write some code, finally. Oh, I'm in the lab. The Inquisition, what a show. I have a feeling this place is going to be kind of large. Ooh, Raiment of Thunder. That sounds like it might be good. Oh, so I guess they announced that they're going to put Genesis games on the Switch. Which, I mean, honestly, finally. The current lineup isn't too interesting, although I think I heard Gunstar Heroes was in it. That's kind of cool. The one I want to see, though, actually the series I want to see is Thunder Force. Because I've not yet had the opportunity to try those. You know, and I do love my scrolling shooters. Although, ironically, I've played very little of them on stream. Partially because I don't know how good they are as streaming games. Oh, shit. That's right, just stay in the door. Be my convenient little choke point. Ooh, a Beast Slayer's Mark. That sounds awesome. See, I'm torn between setting an aggressive loot filter and continuing to keep things as they are. Because it's like, well, I can sell all this stuff. Although, I haven't really needed a bunch of money at the time. I mean, I've got several thousand, and other than trips to the blacksmith to make things that I don't have equipment for, or crafting materials for, I really haven't had a lot of reason to go there. Or, I mean, so it's money that I'm just not using. Okay, I guess we're going in more or less the right direction.
Skill's not ready.
Oops.
That skill's not ready.
Oh, another level. Good. There we go. Oh, come here, you. Did I even hit it? Or did it just give up? Tainted brain matter. Oh. Although I can use that to make a thing, so I guess I should check that out. Oh, inventory is filling up. Oh, hey, these doors look significant.
Ah, I've been expecting you.
Hell yeah, rock that boss music. Yeah, let's just go toe to toe. I'm fine with this. Come on, fucker.
And when I'm done with you, I will crush your friends in Devil's Castle. You're strong. Now, I will demonstrate my true power.
Aww.
Stand still, or I'll crush you. Stand still, so I'll crush you.
Oops.